Hello, Internet! Here we are, a little bit later than planned, but I'm here with Mr. Aaron Cybertron Zing again. Hello, Aaron.
How's it going?
We've got our swanky new logo there too. But basically, we are into the semi-final of the Multi-Battle League, and we are going to be going against, drum roll, here we are, here's the standings, against Team Juice. There we go. So, we did play Team Juice, and they were one of our losses. So...
Yep.
It'll be interesting to try and amend things with that matchup, I suppose. Just a little note that Juice and Skull didn't actually do their last game as well, so I think it was just sort of ruled as a tie or something. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. We're in the top four, so that's all that matters really.
Right.
So basically, in this video, we are going to be just looking over, very briefly looking over the last battle and trying to pick what Pokemon we're going to take this time, and a couple other things like that. So you should be able to see. Let me get my buttons pressed. There we go. Can you see that? Can you see that, Aaron?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm asking the viewers if they can see it, like they're going to respond to me now.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So right, I'm playing this at double speed, but you can see these are the 8 Pokemon they brought. They didn't bring the Hooper and they didn't bring the Cobalion, did they?
Right.
So there we go, and these are the 6 that we brought. So we started off with a good lead, didn't we? We
did, yeah.
Yeah, they did the okay, yeah. So we led with Raichu and Volcarona. They led with Genesect and Crocodile. And that Crocodile didn't really do anything for them the whole battle, did it?
Yeah, we were able to negate it pretty quickly because we were scared of that rock slide. So, yeah, early game was super good. Yeah, the scary thing is we didn't know what item the Genesect had, and we thought it might have been Scarf, but we couldn't confirm. Turn 1 played out really well, obviously, because we got the Quiver Dance off.
Yeah.
And so I felt like we were in a pretty good position there, especially because, we could easily shut him down. And that's basically what happened for the next couple of turns. I think, like, Aerodactyl came in and we were able to take a double knockout. But then the Genesect came back in, and that's where it was a real concern because we thought it might have been Scarf. It was Scarf, then it could just outspeed Aerodactyl and pick up a one-hit KO. So yeah, Aerodactyl came in here, and Volcarona put in a lot of work early on. One of the nice things that I really liked about how we played that game, though, is that we were able to just instantly knock out the Volcanion. Like, Volcanion did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it was the Endeavor, wasn't it, from the Assault Vest Raichu?
Yeah. Exactly, and so that Assault Vest definitely, came in pretty huge, given that we were able to take advantage of that. So, yeah, early game played out really well. I remember feeling really comfortable about our position, but ultimately, because our Volcarona was relatively bulky and wasn't like max speed, I think if we were max speed, then we could have just Heat Wave safely against the Genesect.
Exactly.
But because
we
weren't,
yeah.
I think that was probably the biggest thing in that battle, where it's like if we made that one small change, that game could have gone significantly better for us.
Yeah, it's not like we needed the bulk on the Volcarona in this one.
Right.
But I think because we led with Volcarona and we were, in such a dominant control of the game with Volcarona, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to lead with maybe even the Volcanion this time, just because they are going to want something that checks the Volcarona quite nicely. And yeah, they're right. You were saying about the Assault Vest Raichu doing a lot of work too. This Blastoise was a bit of a problem, so maybe if we sort of keep the Raichu around a little bit better, preserve it a bit more, that could help us against the Blastoise too.
Definitely. The other point is that our Amoonguss was actually just two-shot by that Genesect, which was a really annoying problem, because it did get an attack boost, I believe. So
yeah, we
with that,
could EV that.
Right, exactly. So that's something we might want to consider too. They actually, because they were running Psyshock on the Gardevoir as well.
Yeah. So a Psychic Resist Berry, which is I think what we did run in this game. Is it? Or was it not? I think it might have been.
I don't remember. I remember we were deciding, but we couldn't I forgot what we ended up figuring out.
But yeah, we started in such a good position, and basically, it kind of ground to a halt in a way. Like, yeah, I mean, I suppose I don't know. Like, it's either we've got 2 options. Either we can change things up, and maybe bring Lucario if we're a bit more worried about the Gardevoir, change things up that way, or we could maybe think we could keep things the same and just play a little bit better, because this turn, I think this is the turn where, we Rage Powder on the Iron Head, and if we just protected that turn, things would have gone a lot better for us.
Right.
So, I don't know. I mean,
like part of me is interested in the idea of a Swords Dance Lucario. I think like Lucario could be a big deal because Gardevoir plus Blastoise was a really nasty combination because specifically they had Haze on Blastoise and Gardevoir was super bulky.
yeah.
Last time around, like our Heat Wave did like 40%, which I was shocked by.
Yeah, I mean they didn't use Follow Me on this Blastoise, but I mean they might change things up. They might, stick to the same things that they beat us with last time, though. So I mean, Follow Me is
Right.
obviously always a fear with that with Bullet Punch.
Right.
But I mean, it was this at this point in the battle where things started falling apart. Got the haze off, so we're back at neutral with Volcarona, and yeah, it kind of ground to a halt because we couldn't really hit the Gardevoir too much. Also, not having Protect on Aerodactyl actually was an issue here too, because
Right. I
yeah,
remember here we were saying like, oh, if we get this Iron Head off, then we actually just win the game. But they
Yeah.
were smart enough to read into that. I forgot once again, does Skydrop work on Mega Blastoise?
yeah, it does. Yeah,
Okay. So that could have been an interesting turn, like going for the Skydrop onto it and then
Yeah,
going
yeah,
for
that's
Corviknight
right.
potentially. But I don't know. I still really like the Life Orb Iron, or just the Iron Head tech on Aerodactyl in general. I don't know if we
Yeah,
want to Life Orb it
yeah,
again.
so
Maybe
do
we
I.
should put Protect on it.
Yeah, I mean, what did
Because
we
if
have?
we did Protect here, then we just win the game next
Exactly,
turn.
yeah,
Although there's,
that was the other key turn, that one that's just happened in
Right.
front of us. So we had Rock
Exactly.
Slide, Skydrop, Iron Head, and Wide Guard, I think, didn't we?
Right.
Yeah, we didn't need Wide Guard.
That's what I
So
was thinking too.
yeah, maybe you could sort of swap that for Protect, but then again, maybe Gardevoir could be more of a problem, like it already kind of is. If we did drop the Wide Guard, so there's that to consider as well. But we've seen through most of that, so
Yeah.
let's
Yeah, for sure.
go back to that, and I'll just flick this screen over. There we go to this. So good old familiar screen. These were the 8 that we took last time. We didn't take Smeargle or Pinter to the team preview. Incidentally, neither our team or their team have swapped any Pokemon in the free agency thing. So it is just a complete rerun of the round robin round, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm quite happy again. I think just not bringing the Smeargle and the Pinsir. The thing, I don't know. The thing is, they were really, really prepared for our Deoxys.
Yeah,
So-
they had the Aqua Jet on Blastoise. I do want to say another, I think maybe small error we made last time was that we kind of didn't distribute the Pokemon well enough, and in the end it was like
Ah.
I had all 3 and you had none.
Yeah,
So
that's
I think
right,
we
actually.
definitely should think about that a little bit more because I think that game could have played out very differently if you still had another Pokemon there in the end.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we improved ourselves and took the same Pokemon, maybe we could win. But also, maybe we could drop the Deoxys. Sorry, Deoxys is in our logo and everything, but drop it for Mega Lucario.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a good idea. Like
mean,
that
obviously-
Gardevoir was just really annoying in the late
Yeah.
game last time.
Bullet Punch for the Gardevoir. I mean, a close combat would, I'm assuming, 2-hit, knock out the Blastoise as well.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know, like, not wanting to beat around the bush, but like, surely these 6 Pokemon. Oop, Aerodactyl's jumping the gun again. These 6 Pokemon are the right ones, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking if there was any like Smeargle strategies we haven't explored yet. Like something like Transform could be really interesting.
Yeah, I did
Uh,
have a little think about that.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how well we could use that in this matchup particularly.
Yeah, especially because they've got the Thunderous as well, which
Right.
I say would probably have Taunt on it, but I mean these guys, they're not like heavy VGC players or anything, and I'm pretty sure Taunt isn't common on like Thunderous and singles, so if they would have Taunt or not, I'm not sure, but
Right.
even still,
That would be bad though. Like we don't want to put ourselves in a position where it's like, oh man, if they do have that move, then we just like lose the game instantly because that would be not
Yeah.
good.
I mean Spore is always good. They did use Goggles last game on the Volcanion, but we just sort of got rid of that straight away. So there wasn't really an issue there. We could have spored things.
Right.
Transform is obviously an option too, but I mean we wouldn't want to use it as like a second-rate sort of Ditto sort of thing, like wasting the turn transforming. But I mean we didn't have a Scarf on anything, so like Scarf Smeargle could maybe work, but it's slower than Scarf. Genesect. So they could
Yeah,
just
I'm not
U-turn
sure about
and knock us out with that.
that.
As well, like something that I did mention last time we played, and as I was actually pretty worried about it, they could have aerial ace on their Genesect, and I'm sure they've. I mean, I think they've like commented on the battle video, so they've probably heard me saying that they might put it on because it's got a good chance of one-shotting Volcarona. So that is something that we definitely might want to consider as well.
Right, right.
But I don't know, like Pincer, I think is probably the least useful one here. Weavile, I don't know. Weavile, I'm
Does
not
Pinsir
convinced
Pinsir
on.
does outspeed Gardevoir, right?
It does,
I
yeah,
just
but
like
it
yeah, the
just goes
Gardevoir
down to it
Blastoise
too.
combination last time was just so bad.
Yeah,
But I think if we play smarter with Lucario, we can mitigate that.
yes. I mean, if they change things up, like I think they might be reluctant to bring the Crocodile just because it did do nothing last time. So what would they
Yeah.
bring instead? Like maybe the Clefairy or the Tangela or the
Right, last
Cobalion?
time it was interesting because they didn't go with either redirection user. They didn't
Yeah.
bring Hoopa or Cobalion, so like it was a very offensive like oriented team.
Yes. Um, with the bulk as well, I guess, with
Right,
the
right.
Blastoise and the very bulky Gardevoir.
Hmm.
I mean, that's the thing, isn't it, with this team? Like, our team is so frail that, like, bulky things like Gardevoir can one-shot our things with Hyper Voice, like the Weavile and the
Right, which is why
Lucario,
this
maybe.
matchup I think in particular is really scary because that last game played out really like I mean it was a long game, but like that's because we had to remake it and whatnot, and
Yeah.
like if you like cut out the time and you just look at the amount of turns and what was happening on each turn, like each turn's so big because their team is pretty offensive oriented
Yeah.
as well, but a little bit on the bulkier spectrum, especially with Pokemon like Blastoise.
Can you remember what we had on the Deoxys? It would have had Psycho Boost. We were
Oh, that's
sort
a
of
good
we were
question.
debating between Hidden Power, Fire, and we had Shadow Ball on it, didn't we? For the
I think
Gardevoir.
so. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we did.
and yeah, and the
We did.
Hooper too. Yeah,
Right, which was a pretty good tech. It was just that they had the Aqua Jet.
all the priorities and stuff. Yeah. So I'm just trying to think, like, what would we miss if we didn't bring Deoxys in favor of Lucario?
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. It like the Focus Sash is handy on that.
It is, yeah.
So Deoxys is still tempting, to be honest.
I'm trying to think like in terms of the team preview game, what would warrant bringing Lucario over Deoxys?
Yeah, I mean, last time they led with what Crocodile and Genesect, wasn't it? I think
Yeah.
I would imagine, like, this is just my sort of guess, but I think they'll lead with Volcanion and Genesect this time. That's
Hmm.
my pondering. Potentially Gardevoir, potentially Blastoise too, but I think they want something that's good for Volcarona,
Right.
and they're not really going to want to lead with Thunderous, I don't think, because we did use Raichu,
Hmm.
and we could just bring it in on a Thunder Wave or whatever. And Gardevoir is not too offensive against it. Although I suppose Psyshock, I don't know if that was a 2-hit KO or a 3-hit KO on our Volcarona. I think it was a 3-hit KO.
Yeah. It
Um,
still did like a pretty good chunk though. Like I was kind of worried by that.
yeah. So I mean, what do you think the best lead would be against these two then, like Volcanion and um, Genesect? Because like the thing is, if we went with like Fake Out and Azumarill, then yeah, we could maybe Fake Out the Genesect, but then he could like Steamer up, burn the Azumarill, and then it's sort of game over from that point too. So
Hmm.
um,
Um, I mean, if we do go like max speed Volk this time, like you can just still fake out Genesect and go for a Quiver Dance,
yeah, that is right actually.
and then the
Unless
following turn you can just like depending on who Volcanion targets, either way you can either nuzzle into the Volcanion or go for an Endeavor, and then we'll have the speed advantage against Genesect.
yeah, unless they did have something like Rock Slide on the Volcanion. Um,
Is that a can it learn that?
I
Because
think
that's
so, yeah. But
that's
but if
annoying.
if we don't take Deoxys, we could, if we were willing to sacrifice the Lumberry, we could maybe have Focus Sash on Volcarona if we're just going to go max speed, max attack.
Mm.
But
It's not a bad idea to be honest.
because they are probably going to suspect the Lumberry because we've used it in almost every game, and
Right,
we have got the Raichu as well to protect it from Thunder Waves.
right,
So, and even if they have got like Aerial Ace or whatever, then it can't one-shot us through the Focus Sash.
right. The concern is like if they do have like a rock type attack and it's like Raichu Volcarona against Genesect Volcanion, then even if you fake out Quiver Dance turn 1 and like it brings you down to its sash, the next turn like they can just swap out and make a smart attack and just like knock out Volcarona before it does too much.
I suppose
But-
that's right, yeah. And,
Yeah, so but the question is
yeah.
how far are they willing to go to tech for Volcarona?
Yeah, and they will
I'm
probably
scared the
still
answer's
have
gonna
lots
be-
of priority attacks as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
I was also wondering like whether Quick Guard could be a viable option, but like the only other Pokemon that can use it are Aerodactyl and Lucario, pretty much.
Aerodactyl can't quick guard. It's
Oh,
just
sorry. Yeah,
it's just
Lucario, isn't it?
the Lucario actually, yeah.
That's troublesome as well.
Yeah, I mean, I did have a little bit of a thought earlier in the week of like Lucario Deoxys with like quick attack and quick guard rather and stuff, but I didn't really think that through properly, so it would lose to like Scarf Genesect anyway, so
Right.
not convinced on that. I mean,
I was like thinking we could scarf like Deoxys because that would probably catch them off guard.
yeah, with hidden power fire or
Yeah, exactly.
or fire punch or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then the thing is, we're assuming they're going scarf right now because they could sash it or
Yeah,
even go
yeah.
right up.
And it would just go down to like an extreme speed or maybe I'm not sure if a shadow sneak from Gardevoir would one shot. I don't think it would, but
Right.
obviously be vulnerable to priority attack.
Yeah, I don't know. This matchup's tricky. I was also like trying to think of Pokemon we could have swapped out for, and there was nothing that like really stuck out to me. Azumarill still like looks really good here, but just like the potential of burn is really scary. And Blastoise, they showed Haze last time, which was really concerning.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with Blastoise is it can't really do much to the Azumarill back aside from burn it. I don't know. I mean, I do like Azumarill here, but I don't know. It's just
If we
like
lead,
an extra insurance
lead,
policy against the Crocodile, I suppose.
right? I mean, if we lead Azumarill Amoonguss, like what options do they really have against that? Because if they go like Genesect Volcanion, then they can't knock out, and Amoonguss maybe like we sacrifice it, but then Azumarill gets that belly drum off.
Yeah, that's right. Unless they lead with the Volcanion and use goggles on it again.
Oh, right.
Or maybe lead with Gardevoir and just Hyper Voice too. I suppose.
Right. What about Raichu Azumarill? Like, what's the worst case there?
They burn us again, I guess.
How does Genesect's ability, is it just download? Like, how does that determine the attack boost again?
I think it's I'm not sure how it works in doubles actually. If it's like the average defense versus average special defense of the opponent, or if it's just one of the opponent's opposite. But if the defense is higher, then I think the special attack rises. If the special defense is higher, then it's the other way around. I think it works like that.
Yeah, no, it says here, I've just looked it up. During a double battle, download will add the two opposing stats and calculate the lower stat between both.
Ah, okay.
Which is interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, because that download boost was really annoying last time around.
Yes. Yeah. The ability to two-hit KO the Amoonguss was nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, the Amoonguss was fully specially bulky in that one though, so.
Right.
We probably
I think
could
this time we
twiddle
might want to
Eevees.
consider physical.
Yeah.
Because Genesect and the fact like Gardevoir is using Psyshock anyway. I mean, mainly Genesect pretty much. Because last time the fact that it was a 2-hit KO was the biggest issue. Because it just went down instantly. I don't know, yeah, like... In terms of Pokemon choice last time, like, I was pretty content. I just think there were a couple turns we could have played better.
Yeah.
And now we also can expect a lot of the surprises they revealed. So, like, I don't know, like, the one change, or the couple changes I would think about is, like, maybe putting Protect on Aerodactyl, because Life Orb Iron Head's still really good, and it's an instant check to the Gardevoir.
Yes.
Making Amoonguss physically bulky instead of special. Those are the two main ones. And then utilize Lucario better.
Yeah, so are we thinking we do want Lucario instead of Deoxys here then?
I think so, honestly, yeah.
I mean, the other thing, maybe we could swap like Deoxys for Aerodactyl, but like Aerodactyl is so handy because it gives us the rock move on the Volcanion. Like last
Yeah.
game, we got a little bit, jammy really getting the Endeavor onto it, so the
Yeah.
Volcanion wasn't a problem, but that Volcanion could potentially be a big issue
It
for
could
us.
sweep through everything, exactly.
Yeah, because like it walls our Volcarona, it walls the Azumarill and the Amoonguss as well. I suppose Raichu can hit it for super effective damage. Lucario can do a chunk to it, but we'll get one shot back. So I think we do still want the Aerodactyl just for the Volcanion threat.
I agree. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just maybe, yeah, like we were saying, maybe just not with Wide Guard then, yeah, and with Protect instead.
Yeah.
I mean, Skydrop is so useful still.
It is. No, I think like we could be even utilizing it more perhaps. Like
Yeah.
a lot of the times like we just haven't really considered too much of the plays we can make around that. But I still really like Skydrop.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So everything the same apart from. Oh, are we going to go timid Volcarona then?
I think so. Being able to outspeed Scarf Genesect, like that could have been such a big game changer last time around.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
even if they don't
were
go
Scarf,
Scarf,
then we could have. Yeah, we wouldn't have lost the Amoonguss, would we? So.
right, right.
Yeah. Okay, so timid Volcarona this time. For the first time in the whole multi-battle league, we're going to change our Volcarona's EVs. Major.
Yep. Finally moving away from the bulky one.
Amoonguss will make bulky enough to take 2 +1 Iron Heads.
Yep.
Azumarill, did we have play rough or did we have knockoff?
That's a good question. I don't remember exactly, actually. I mean, I'm just looking at their team comp now. Which one would be better? How fast is Blastoise again relative to Azumarill? Like Blastoise is faster, right?
Blastoise, yeah, it's base 78, I think.
Oh, that's really annoying.
Yeah, so it will always be faster than Azumarill.
Right. The haze is what I'm really worried about still.
Yeah. And there's
I
no way that we
really
could stop that outside of like Crafty Shield on Smeargle.
Right.
Or
You'd have to
Imprison.
like hope that you fake out it on a turn that it goes for haze and double target it,
Yeah.
which could be possible because they didn't have protect last time.
Yeah, but they had a really weird set, didn't they? Was it Haze, Aquajet,
Scald,
Scald,
Fake out. Yep.
and Fake Out? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it was like fully teched out, but not having protect. I mean, obviously we should be playing assuming, like that's the tricky thing since this is a best of. It's not a best of 3, right? It's just like 2 games where you're like completely different team comps. So we still need to treat it just like a regular like best of 1 game.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a little bit frustrating, but I don't know. Like I think like this time we learned a lot from that first battle where it's like, oh man, like that Genesect was faster because it was Scarf, but now if we just make max speed, we have an instant check against it. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Amoonguss now can take the Genesect, so now we can Rage Powder a little bit more freely, etc.
Yes. I mean the Blastoise was a problem because we lost the Amoonguss so freely.
Right. Right.
So,
exactly.
If we keep, yeah.
And Rage, like if we have either of those, then Blastoise just doesn't do any damage to either, and we can either put it to sleep or use Thunderbolts, etc.
Yeah. Yeah, the Gardevoir was the other problem too, but hopefully Lucario can solve that. I mean,
do we want to go with like a Bullet Punch, Close Combat, Protect, and then what should our 4th move be?
yeah, it's that 4th move, isn't it? Like we could even go with like maybe Follow Me.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm actually looking up its moveset right now.
like it doesn't. I don't think it can do anything that can one-shot Volcanion. I'm pretty sure it can learn like Stone Edge and Rock Slide and everything, but that won't do too much to Volcanion. I wouldn't imagine.
Right. Let's see.
I mean, it can feint as well. It can Quick Guard too.
Quick Guard, right. Anything else?
There's a Swords Dance. I mean, is there any particular reason why we could go special here? Maybe Flash Cannon for the Gardevoir might be better.
I wonder what the calcs are on that, and depends on how they build the Gardevoir.
Yeah, I mean the Gardevoir was bulky, so
yeah, it was super specially defensive last time around.
Yeah, I'll Lucario. Are you doing the calculation as well?
Yeah, I'm just looking it up right now. If it's admin, it might be able to just pick up a knockout, but that depends on the Gardevoir spread.
Yeah. If they are max HP, then it soon goes
It's
down
like 30%
to not.
Yeah. What about Flash Cannon? Yeah. Flash Cannon does a lot,
Yeah.
but it really comes down to EV spreads for this one.
Yes. Yeah. Like just max HP. It does max HP Gardevoir. That is modest max Flash Cannon does a maximum of actually 69%,
Hmm.
which is okay.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing else on our team that can learn Helping Hand, is there, outside of the Raichu? But we want the Assault Vest on that.
Yeah, which is a shame.
But
I've been looking at Lucario's other moves right now. Does get access to like a fire type attack, which we could use for Genesect, but I'm not sure if that's necessary.
what, Blaze Kick is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm curious on the like Stone Edge calc. I really don't want to rely on Stone Edge, but I'm just out of curiosity.
Yeah, just for an option. Yeah, let's have a look.
Let's see.
Stone Edge. There we go. Just so you can see what we're doing. There we go. I'll flip
Yeah.
it over onto that.
Oh wow, wait, close combat just does more.
Volcan. Yeah, it probably. Yeah, actually, the adaptability it will make it that
Right.
way, won't it? Yeah. Yeah.
The close
Okay.
combat does do a lot, but it would need chip damage. Like Lucario plus Aerodactyl could be a deadly combination because Rock Slide plus that attack from Lucario can just knock out things left and right.
Yeah, it could. And their team is quite slow too. So the other issue is how much speed do we really need to invest into the Pokemon too?
Right.
Because
right.
like maybe we could go Adamant too. I mean, what have they got? They've got. I mean, they're probably gonna still keep the Scarf Genesect. Their Gardevoir was
I
very
hope
bulky.
so. If they do keep the Scarf, like that makes it a lot easier to play with, especially with Volk.
Yeah, yeah. As long as it actually is scarfed and we're not, like you were saying, we're not sort of playing around something that it actually
Exactly.
isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I don't think any coverage move is required for Lucario then. So maybe Quick Guard, maybe Follow Me, maybe Substitute or Sword Dance. Maybe not Substitute because Hyper Voice will still be an issue.
Like Sword Dance is intriguing to me because if you do get a Sword Dance up, we knock out everything with close combat or bullet punch. Like literally everything.
Yeah, and with Rage Powder and Sky Drop, and Fake Out, we might get some opportunities to do that.
Yeah, I'm thinking like the idea is even though they'll probably have Haze again, if we can get a setup and deny them from hazing in that one turn and just shut down Blastoise, we can sweep through. That's the one thing I'm really worried about.
Imagining a +2 close combat should knock out a Blastoise.
Yeah, I would think that too. I'd be shocked if not. But...
Yeah, let's have a look. Okay, Jolly +2, close. Yeah, it demolishes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, even max physical bulk, impish, HP defense, +2 close combat does a minimum of 102%.
Yeah.
So yeah.
for that reason, I think I think Sword Dance could be worth bringing.
Yeah.
Especially because we didn't use Lucario at all last time around.
Yeah, we've kind of neglected it in general, haven't we? To be honest.
Right.
Okay, so physical Sword Stance Lucario. Did we decide on the move for Azumarill? Are we gonna go play rough? Because knockoff doesn't do too much to the Megas.
Like Aqua Jet knocks out everything pretty much otherwise. I mean, knockoff would be big against knockoff if they bring Hoopa. Like we could use it and not even get a setup off to knock it out.
Yeah. And it does give us something extra for the Volcanion as well if it does become a problem. Because it is immune to water and it does resist Fairy as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, just having another answer against Hoopa would be nice, because last time we were, like, Shadow Ball Deoxys, but...
Yeah, I don't know, like... That's a good point, actually, yeah.
Like, if we can eliminate Blastoise, I think Blastoise is really going to be the main issue of this game, to be honest.
Yeah, I suppose...
Like, if we can...
I suppose one thing is...
Force it into a situation... Oh, sorry, there. If we can, like, force it into a situation where we can just, like, eliminate it, then sweeping will be a lot easier, because I don't see many answers other than that.
Yeah, so... Amoonguss will make a bit more physically bulky.
Yep.
Knockoff. Are we going knockoff then on Azumarill?
I think so, yeah.
Sword Stance physical Lucario. Timid, max speed, Volcarona. I wonder if there's anything like Timid max speed, that's half of our EVs gone. Is there anything that we can usefully do with the other EVs? instead of like just dumping them all in special attack. Do you think there's anything like I wonder how much we need to survive like 2 Psy Shocks or something?
Yeah, that's the exact calc I was wondering about.
Yeah.
Or like a water type attack from Volcanion, like M+1. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if we're going Sash, like.
Well, I
I
suppose
think-
that's the issue, like Sash
Oh, right.
or
What I
Lumberry.
mean, Right.
Or
Like,
yeah, okay, so we've got Life Orb on the Aerodactyl. I was thinking like Life Orb. I mean, that would definitely make the Giga Drain a bit more powerful on the Blastoise at +1. But,
would, yeah.
but
Yeah, that's an interesting question because it's like, chances are, Volcarona's not going to need that Sash. But if we are in a scenario where it does need, like, it's like Volcarona either gets a +1 boost and that's so big for the game, or it just faints. It doesn't do anything.
yeah.
And so Sash gives me some more comfort in like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, what situations would we need the Lumberry? If they do
It literally
and
only be a
Thunder
Thunder
Wavers.
system. Yeah, pretty much. Which is like,
or maybe Sleep Powder with the Tangler, but
mhm.
I mean, if we've already set up at that point, then surely a Heat Wave will knock it out too. So,
Right.
so maybe we don't need the Lumberry then. So maybe Focus Sash. I mean, the thing
Yeah.
with that is they are going to have lots of priority on their team, aren't they, for the Deoxys? So,
What priority did they have last time again, other than Aqua Jet from Blastoise?
they had Extreme Speed on the Genesect, and I think they had Shadow Sneak on Gardevoir as well.
Okay.
So there's three potential priority attacks there.
That's a good point. I don't know. I still like the Sash.
Yeah, I think the Sash is the better option. I'm not sure there's anything jumping to mind that's maybe better, so we'll say Sash for now. Same old Assault Vest Raichu has worked well for us, and the Aerodactyl just with Protect instead of Wide Guard, I think. Wide Guard, we only had Wide Guard really for Rock Slide actually, wasn't it as well?
Yeah, Rock Slide, Iron Head. What was it, Skydrop?
Yeah. What if they scarf their Crocodile instead with Rock Slide?
Mm-hmm. That would be interesting. I'm trying to think, like, how do we play around that?
I mean, are we
maybe-
thinking of leading Raichu Volcarona again, or swapping things up?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. I haven't, like, we did that last time. It was a really good position last time. I feel like they're not gonna just allow us to do it again.
Exactly, yeah.
Which is why, like, I'm looking actually at a Azumarill, or maybe even Lucario.
Yeah, Lucario could work. I mean,
Like, if you think about it, actually, like, with Raichu and Lucario, they don't have their main way of shutting Lucario down, which is Thunder Wave.
yeah.
So,
And if they
It
did
got plus-
lead, like, Genesect and Volcanion, what can Genesect even do to Lucario? Like, we just fake out the Volcanion and Sword Stance, and then close combat next turn.
right. I'm just scared. Like, I'm sure Genesect gets some random fire move.
I think it gets Blaze Kick as well.
Flame Charge, Flamethrower,
Oh yeah, it gets Flamethrower, doesn't it?
and that's pretty much it. I wonder if that's probably a knockout.
I'll have to, like, after this, I'll have to look at their video and see what.
Yeah,
Genesect
last time
used.
they had Iron Head, U-turn. Yeah, actually, I'm kind of curious. We should watch over what they prepped for last time.
Yeah. That would actually be a good idea, wouldn't it?
Yeah. we haven't done that yet. But we'll check that out after the video.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're happy with these 6 Pokemon that we're going to be going with here.
Yeah.
All right then. So, what else have I got to show you? Okay. So, I know you guys like our new logo, don't you? So let's flip back to Chrome and. No, that's not it. That's not it as well. That's it. Here we go. So this is finally the t-shirts with the new Cyberbaz logo on it. You can purchase them now, and you can get them in all these different colors too. So I think these are pretty cool. I think I'm gonna get this green one. I like that.
I'll probably go blue. I might get a hoodie actually.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably get both to be honest. And
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
yeah, so hooded tops as well. They're cheaper than Team Jamie's. But yeah, like you can change the color. Like they're pretty cool. I like these. I like the new logo. It's really nice actually.
Ooh, that gray one's really nice actually.
Yeah, I'll probably get that color for hooded top actually. I like that color. Sand, I think
too.
it's called. Yeah. All right then. So that's that. And the other thing is, I am like, if you've been following me on Twitter, I am gonna try and start using Twitter. So thank you everyone who has followed me. I've got over 1,000 followers now, and I have literally just like set YouTube off posting my videos on there. But I have started sort of posting things on here now, so I'm gonna start following people. So I need people to follow. So I don't know, like maybe like suggest people for me to follow me. I don't know.
Guys, follow me,
I'll
please.
yeah. Who are you?
Oh, there
Cybertron.
we go.
There we go.
Nice.
Apparently you follow me.
Yeah, you guys should definitely follow Baz.
There we go. So this is the button then, I guess, and follow.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? You are, aside from Nugget Bridge, you are the first person I am following.
I just got a Twitter notification on my phone about that too.
All
That's
right, so
fascinating.
I'll sort out Twitter, like not a lot of stuff soon, but yeah, come follow me on Twitter and I'll start to try and post stuff on there too.
Mhm.
But yeah, so let's try and flick back to here we go. So back to business. Yep, we've picked our Pokemon and we will be putting the battle on Cybertron's channel on Friday. I do believe it'll be going online, but scheduling for this whole thing has been a bit hit and miss. So
Yeah.
so take that
But
with a pinch of
we want
salt.
to end the season as hype as possible because, of course, Sun and Moon's coming out real soon. So would like to wrap this all up. Hopefully, we can make it to the finals. But thank you guys for supporting us this entire season. It's been a ton of fun. And yeah, we hope to be part of it next year as well. But let's try to close out the season with the win.
Yeah, this whole MBL thing will be done before Sun and Moon come out, so this whole thing will be finished by the end of next week. I think that is pretty much guaranteed. So hopefully it'll be us in the final. Yeah, so go and subscribe and do all that lot. Come and watch the battle on Cybertron's channel on Friday. Thanks a lot for watching this, guys. Thank you for joining me, Aaron,
Thank you.
and goodbye for now.